in Alberta, we hear a lot about Bill 10. It's the controversial law that was brought in by the former PC government, and it mandates a number of things for all Alberta schools, including faith-based schools. It mandates gay-straight alliances in all schools if the students ask for them, and it allows anyone to use the washroom of the gender they self-identify as, not the washroom that matches their biology. I wanted to know some more about the opposition to this bill that's already on the books. So I went out to Spruce Grove, Alberta to meet with Pastor Brian Coldwell at his church, the New Testament Baptist Church. Pastor Brian Coldwell is with the public interest group Parents for Choice in Education, and his group is lobbying hard for amendments to Bill 10. Parents for Choice in Education says that Bill 10 violates parental rights for parents to be the sole directors of their children's education. PCE says they don't oppose or support gay-straight alliances either way. What they oppose is the government imposing these alliances on every school, regardless of the culture of the school or the wishes of the parents, through Bill 10. Pastor Brian is also the chairman of the Independent Baptist Christian Education Society. It's a nonprofit and a charity that runs 2 accredited private Christian schools and a large homeschool education program. Pastor Brian explained some of the problems he sees with Bill 10 here.
It really undermines or strips away the parental authority in the schools. If you read Bill 10, and I'll give you some information, really the way it's set up is it's supposed to be for anti-bullying, and we all agree that no student, no person, period, human being should ever be bullied or abused in any Alberta school or in public, period. And the issue is that they want to focus just on one group and special activist type of legislation, as opposed to have broad anti-bullying policies, which we already have in our schools. GSAs are not the only way to support and protect children at risk or troubled youth. We will gladly support them, but we reserve the right to use a distinctly faith-based Christian approach using the gospel, biblical counseling, even professional counseling, but they would be more socially conservative in their outcomes and their approach. And we believe that's very effective, and there's all kinds of evidence published even in the medical field how that is a very effective way. And the GSAs are not neutral. They very much are imposing an ideology. It's very anti-Christian in its ideology, and it undermines traditional family values, common sense values, etc. And we don't believe for a moment that if you try and bring that culture into any school setting, that it's not going to cause some conflict with parental rights and values.
Now in Alberta, we have a lot of choice in education, and we parents like it that way. We have private schools, separate Catholic schools, charter schools, and public schools. It's great. Parents can enroll their kids in any type of school they want, any school that suits their children's needs. Why is the government trying to make all schools the same when this diversity in education is really a strength in our education system? So I asked Pastor Brian if he was forcing people to go to his school. Here.
We thank God that in Alberta there's a variety of choices, and we're not anti-public school or anti-anything. We just want to protect our children and our students and parental rights and religious freedom. And it's totally voluntary here. If parents and students want a good, solid academic and Christian faith-based education, they can enroll here. We interview them. If they're in agreement with our statement of faith and our Christian values and family values and so forth, this is the right school for them. And and the majority of people are very pleased with our school, and there's a few that may not want to be enrolled in our school, they have all kinds of other options and choices.
Pastor Brian says he's concerned that Bill 10 gives the Minister of Education dictatorial powers. Listen.
If any one student requests a GSA club, a Gay Straight Alliance club, in any Alberta school, that is any school, including the religious schools, then at that point the principal is obligated to set up a GSA club. And if there's no staff that would like to coordinate that or facilitate that because of religious or conscientious reasons, then the Minister of Education now has the absolute dictatorial authority to appoint a, quote, responsible person to come in and set up a GSA club. Now here, these are private Christian schools, and the facilities are owned by our churches, and the government should not have the authority to come in and bypass parental authority, pastoral authority, and set up a GSA club.
Pastor Brian says he will not comply with Bill 10, but he doesn't want to be adversarial with the government. He wants to put political pressure on the government to make them listen and bring parents back to the consultation table. One of the ways Parents for Choice in Education is doing that is through rallies. Here.
There's going to be 2 rallies here in Alberta, and it's the name of the rally, of course, is Parents for Choice is hosting this, and it's the peaceful rally to protect Alberta children and uphold parental rights. And the main rally is going to be at Edmonton on Saturday, May 14th at 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. There's going to be a good variety of speakers there. I will also be speaking on the topic of religious freedom. And then in Calgary, at the same time, there's a co-rally at the McDougall Centre, 2 to 4 p.m., and a good number of speakers there in Calgary also.
Parents for Choice in Education believes it should be the decision of parents, not politicians, bureaucrats, special interest groups, or political activists as to what clubs, if any, are mandated at our children's schools and attended by our children. Seems reasonable to me. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.